Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So tonight I am on Facebook Live on my Hypnosis is Key Facebook group, and then I'm also doing YouTube Live. So I keep forgetting to do this each time. Hi, Galaxy Nova. Welcome. So, first of all, I got some new noisy neighbors. We'll see how long that lasts. But so if you all hear some loud talking and bumping and all of that type of stuff, it's because they're there. Hi, and Kyoshia, welcome, welcome. Okay, so tonight we're talking about how to be happy even when you feel sad. All right, and so this is not about ignoring your emotions or pushing them to the side or bypassing your feelings. That's not what this is about. All right. This is teaching you how to achieve a state of consistent happiness, consistent joy, even when things are not working out the way you want them to work out. Okay. Things even when you've lost a loved one, you've lost your job, you've lost your money, you've lost a relationship. Okay, so this is all about how to maintain a state even though life is happening, because life is going to happen. We cannot stop life from happening, okay? But we do have control over our own emotions, and we do have control over our the way we deal with things. Excuse me 1 minute. Let me close my door. Sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. I have my back door open. Anyway, so this is teaching you how to master your emotional intelligence. All right. Now, this is going to take practice. It's not going to be something that you can do overnight, but I'm going to teach you a couple of techniques that you can start putting into practice right now so that when you run into these types of situations, you got something in your toolkit that you can pull out and use. All right. So, this is a $3,000 lesson I'm giving you tonight. Okay. But I do feel like it's important for people to understand how to utilize these types of things. So first of all, let's talk about what emotional intelligence is. We hear that term thrown around quite a bit, but let me just read to you what the definition of emotional intelligence is. The capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. All right. So you're able to still feel what's going on. Uh, you're able to still feel what's going on and you're able to experience what's going on. Hey, cousin. However, you're not taking it on and you're not allowing it to rule your life. Okay. You're not allowing it to keep you depressed or keep you held down, because a lot of us will get into these emotions, these very strong, intensive emotions of sadness and anger and frustration, and then we can't find a way out of it. Okay. So these emotions are here. They show up for us to let us know that something has taken place. All right. That something has happened in the outside world to alert to us that, oh, this is going on. Okay. This is something that I need to deal with as a human being. However, we're not supposed to stay locked down in those emotions. We're not supposed to stay sad for 10 years since your mother passed away. Okay. We're not supposed to be angry for 10 years at your mama saying something to you or doing something to you or whatever, or whoever did something to you. We're not supposed to roll in and out of depression. That's not normal. Okay. I'm just here to tell you that right now. If you say, sometimes I get depressed and I roll in and out of depression, sometimes that's not normal. All right. That means that there is something happening within you that you haven't dealt with, that you haven't looked at. Okay. And even if you're aware of it, there's a difference between being aware of something and actually moving through it and allowing it to pass through. Okay. So again, we're not bypassing, but we are learning how to deal with these things as they come. So depression, again, if you listened to my video that I did a few nights ago on, oh God, I forget the name of the video, but if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see it on there. But I was talking about how when you suppress your emotions, it causes depression. Okay, so suppression causes depression. So when we're not facing it and we're not dealing with it and we're not utilizing or learning new tools of how to deal with those emotions, you suppress it and you just say, well, I just get sad sometimes. Sometimes I just get really depressed. Okay, I've been there, so I can speak on this. But that's not normal. It's not normal. Okay. So let's give a few examples of what being sad is. So being sad means you find out a loved one passed away, they transitioned, whether it was expected or it happened fast and it was unexpected. Okay. You feel sadness. Rightfully so. That makes sense. That is a human experience. You're going to be sad when you lose a loved one. So why do you feel sad? That's the first thing. That's the first step, is to acknowledge that I feel sad and why I'm feeling sad. I feel sad because not only because this person transitioned. That's not the only reason why you're feeling sad. You need to connect with what it is about that person that you're going to miss most. The real reason is that you're going to miss the person who transitioned. Okay. You're going to miss having them around in the physical, right? So what about them in the physical form made you happy? What about them made you feel excited about life or excited to be in their presence? So you start to tap into the feeling tone or the emotion that being in the presence of that person in the physical form brought to you. Okay. That's the first step. So we're not just, sulking in the sadness of, oh my God, this person isn't here anymore. But what are you going to miss about them? I'm going to miss their sense of humor. I'm going to miss the way they made me feel accepted, regardless of anything that I ever did or said, where other people were looking at me side-eyed. They were still there and they still had my back and they still wanted to be around me and made me feel good, whole, accepted, or whatever. Okay. How is your life going to be different without them there? How's your life going to change without them being there? You need to tap into that. Okay. What does that mean? Are you not going to be able to laugh anymore because they're not there? Are you not going to feel like you're whole and accepted without this person's validation because they're no longer there? Okay. Do you understand how you start to go down the ladder and dig deeper and deeper? Okay. So this is not just for when you lose a loved one, but this is also when a relationship ends. You've been married for 25 years and all of a sudden things change and you're not married anymore. Okay. Or your relationship is ending. You've been working at this job. You've had this stable, fantastic income, and all of a sudden they lay you off and you don't have that job anymore. What did that thing offer you? What feelings did you get when you were receiving that stable biweekly paycheck? Okay. What did that bring to you? A sense of freedom, right? A sense of relief because you could pay your bills and you still had some extra money left over so you could travel and you could eat out and you could shop and you could do whatever you want to do, get your hair and your nails done. Okay. Well, what did those things bring to you? So you got to tap into the emotion. You got to tap into that. And you have to learn how to conjure these feelings on your own without any outside conditions determining your feeling, okay? Determining your state. A state of being is exactly that, is a state of being, okay? It's not a state of doing, it's not a state of having, it's a state of being. So we must be or become the thing that we want to experience. You want to be happy. That's usually the thing that most of us are after. We're after, I just want to be happy. I just want to be in this relationship so I could finally be happy. I want to meet the man of my dreams so I could finally be happy. I want to make the money that I want to make so that I could finally be happy. I want to live in the house that I want to live in so I could finally be happy. Can you be happy first? Can you be happy without those types of things? Okay. That's the key. It does not come from an outside source. It doesn't come from your conditions. It doesn't come from what's happening outside of you. This is a state that you must be able to conjure on your own because it's there. It's already there. Okay. It is innate. It's a part of your DNA. Okay. So how do we achieve that state? How do we achieve that state? Through practice, 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 and repetition, repetition, repetition. That is the way you create a new pattern, a new behavior, through practice and repetition. How do you practice that? Well, first of all, I just gave you the first step. You tap into the things that make you happy, that bring you that sense of joy, that sense of happiness, that sense of peace and calm, right? Think about having that thing. Connect with a memory that brings you that state of happiness. So when you just think about it, when a loved one passes over, right? People say, well, you'll always have the memory of them and that will make you smile. That will make you happy, right? Now, whether it does or not in that moment doesn't matter. But you know that you can connect to a time where that person was here in the physical form, right? And even though they might not have been standing next to you, you could just think of them and start laughing, or you could just think of them and start smiling and just get that warm feeling, that warm, fuzzy feeling. So even if you can't see them in the physical form, you can connect to a time when they were here in the physical form where you were able, but they weren't with you in the same space where you are, but you were still able to tap into that emotion. You tap into that time. And once that smile comes across your face, once that fuzzy feeling enters your heart, okay, wherever it enters in your body, you continue, you teach yourself how to keep tapping into that. You just, even if it's just for a second that you experience it, you keep teaching yourself how to tap into that emotion, okay? Same thing with having that job that you lost. How did you feel the first time you opened up that big old check? Okay. What was that like when you saw all those zeros on your check? What kind of state were you in? Tap into that and continue to tap into it. Okay. Continue to repeat that thought, image, and emotion in your subconscious mind, which is your emotional mind, which connects to your emotional body, connects to all of the cells in your body, all the nerve endings in your body, okay? This is why people that we call physical people, okay, physical suggestibles or physical sexuals, feel things in their bodies, all right? So they can feel an emotion in their bodies. And your body has a brain. It has a memory. So your body remembers what it feels like to be happy. It remembers what it feels like to be joyful. It remembers what it feels like to be sad and angry, because those are chemical reactions that are taking place within the physical body that the emotions trigger. And thoughts trigger emotions, okay? Emotions trigger feelings in the body. So we have to learn how to work backwards. I always teach my clients, work backwards. Okay, connect the dots. When you start connecting the dots and you start working backwards, you start to link and you start to form these little chains. And when you start to form those chains, okay, you are teaching yourself a pattern. You're recognizing the pattern, okay? And one of the most profound things that I have heard came from a colleague, Joe Tabanella. He said, the moment you become aware of your patterns, that's the moment you enter into the hypnotic state. So just think about that. What is hypnosis? Hypnosis is a focused state of awareness. It's the learning state. It's the zone that you go into when you're learning a new behavior, when you're learning a new skill, when you're learning a new language, okay? This is how when your new patterns are forming, you're in a hypnotic state, okay? And some people are walking around in a perpetual state of hypnosis, but that's another talk for another time. So the moment you become aware of those patterns, all right, the moment you become aware of that link, of that chain, remember I just talked about that, you're already in the hypnotic state. So if you can keep on practicing that over and over and over again, repetition. Okay, I want to tap into that. It's funny, many people talk about unhypnotized. Yeah, hi Nikki. I that's what I do. I dehypnotize to rehypnotize people. That's what I do. People that my clients, they'll come in and they're already in a highly suggestible state, and they're overwhelmed, and they don't understand why they keep feeling anxious and sad. They can't break the cycle of this and that. I go in and I dehypnotize, and then we rehypnotize with a new behavior, a new pattern. Learning a new way to deal with the stress, or learning a new way to operate through the sadness, which is what we're talking about right now. Okay, so I'm giving you guys some little tools that you can play with. Okay, now some of you are going to be able to do this on your own. Some of you will be able to do this immediately on your own. Okay, and some of you might need more help, and that's okay. That's all right. Okay, because we need each other. We need each other to progress, to learn new things, and to, we can't do this by ourselves. All right. I mean, some of you don't know how to do this by yourself. That's why you're here watching. All right. So you needed me to tell you about this, and I needed somebody to teach me about it. Right. So when you are connecting those dots and you're tapping into a time when you felt happy, a time when you felt joy and peace and comfort and all that good stuff, and you continue to take yourself back there, you can turn that into what we call an anchor. Okay. An anchor means that it's something that you can use anytime you need it. Anytime you need to feel happy, anytime you need to feel joyful and at peace, go right back to that place where you felt that before. Okay. Let's talk about the word remember. Think about remember. Take it apart. Remember, right? Think about the word dismember. What does that mean? To take apart, right? Okay. So when we remember who we are, when we remember a time when we felt happy, we are assembling, we're reassembling, we're putting it back together again. Okay. That's what it means to remember. That's why you hear people talking about this and this awakening that's taking place across the whole planet. People are waking up. They're remembering who they truly are, because at some point they forgot. At some point that chain got broken. Okay. And then it reformed with some dysfunction or some sort of discord or imbalance. Okay. So all we're doing when we, like Nikki said, unhypnotize or dehypnotize, is we're unlinking that discord. We're unlinking. We're breaking the chain to that old pattern, and we're helping ourselves or another person relink and remember the healthier pattern, the healthier way to deal with a certain situation. Okay. So that's the easiest way for you to get into that state of happiness. Okay, you're basically hypnotizing yourself. You're basically doing self-hypnosis. You're continuing to take yourself back to that point. You're feeling that emotion. You're allowing that happiness to seep into every cell of your body, into every pore, every organ, all over you, every bone, every muscle, every tendon. You're allowing it to just flow throughout you, right? You're allowing the body to soak up the memory of that happiness. And when you continue to do that on a regular basis, when the body starts to remember, and it's just like a muscle, right? The body has muscle memory. The brain is a muscle. It has muscle memory. Okay. So when you exercise that muscle over and over and over again, you're strengthening the ability and the agility. Okay. The brain's or the mind's agility and the ability to connect very quickly to that state of happiness. You can feel that emotion of sadness, anger, frustration, but then you can still probably laugh in the same breath, okay? Or in the same moment. I know that I have been irate and able to just crack up at myself because in that moment of frustration or anger, I'm like, this is so funny, because I can connect to, I can see myself in my own mind and how funny I look. And I'm able to connect to that. And what it does is it breaks up. Okay. It dismembers, it fragments that moment in time. Hi, Reese. Yeah, sure. I'll do a little, I'm sorry, guys. Somebody is trying to call me through Facebook Messenger, which is rude because I'm on live. But anyway, sure, Reese, I'll do a little hypnosis at the end. Yep. If you guys stick around, I'll do a little hypnosis at the end. Okay. So you start to break that apart. Okay. It's called breaking state. You break the state, and then you come back to that place of centeredness and calm and peace, joy, happiness, whatever it is, whatever the higher vibrating emotion is that you want to feel, or the state that where you want to be at. Okay. You're breaking one state and you're replacing it with a new state. All right. So are there any questions for me? Because that's it. It's it. That's all. It don't take 2 hours to go through this. Okay. But I wanted to share that with you because it's so important. A lot of people are walking around here in a perpetual state of pain, and they don't realize that they hold the key to shift that pain. Now, if you find that you are addicted to it, because that's another thing, some people are addicted to sadness, they're addicted to pain, they're addicted to anger and resentment and depression. They're addicted to it, and that's okay. That's okay. I was once addicted to it because I thought that I thought it gave me a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? It made me strong, or maybe appear strong to people, because I was able to say, well, I went through this and I had to deal with this and this and this and this and this and this. And I tell that story over and over and over and over and over again. But telling that story over and over and over again only reignites the pain. And it keeps you stuck in that place where you cannot move forward. You cannot break through, you can't have breakthroughs. You can't experience a life beyond that, which you're already experiencing, even though you desire more, which brings even more pain because it causes that inner conflict because you want more, but you can't get more. because you keep living in that loop over and over and over. You tell the same story over and over and over again. I'm sick. This happened to me when I was younger. I was abused and all of this type of stuff. And I'm not making light of that. I'm not saying that those things are not valid, but how many times are you going to tell the story? Okay. And why are you telling the story? All it takes is one time to tell your story so that you can break the spell that is over you. Just tell it one time. You can tell it to a trusted friend. You can tell it to a therapist. You can write it down in your journal and get it out of you. And the next step is to figure out for yourself, now how do I move through this? Now that I've said it and I've broken the spell that it has over me, because once you speak it out loud, you break the spell, you break the power that that incident has over you. The next step is to keep it broken and to release the energy around that. You got to go through your entire body so that you're able to detect where you're holding that energy in your body. Where are you holding it in your space? Okay. You need to learn about your chakra system. You need to learn about your endocrine system. Learn about blood. Learn about the function of the brain. Educate yourself. Do your research, okay? Work with other people who are well-versed in this, okay? Who hold an education in it, who do this on a daily basis. You've got to arm yourself against yourself. And when I say against yourself, I don't mean that in a negative way, but honestly, we are our own worst enemies, okay? So when you arm yourself with the knowledge, okay, and the tools to break through these things, you are arming yourself against that lower vibrational you who has a tendency to knock you off your path and get you off your track, okay, with the mind, with those thoughts that trigger those emotions. And when you allow that to spiral out of control, and you get that momentum gets going, honey, let me tell you something. It is not easy to stop it in its tracks. It's easier to stop it before it happens, before it gets strong and start spiraling out of control. It's easier to catch it in the beginning. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. Learn how to catch it in the beginning. And the way you can do that and start practicing connecting to those moments of peace and happiness. Do it when you're not, hey sister, hey Missy. Do it when you're not upset. Start practicing this when you're not upset, okay? Do it when you feel absolutely neutral. Even if you have bouts of, even when you up and down with your emotions, even when sometimes you happy and sometimes you down low, doesn't matter. Choose a time when you feel neutral and you're like, you know what, I'm okay. Let me practice tapping into that emotion of happiness, joy, peace, or whatever the higher vibrating emotion is. Okay. Let me practice being in that state. Okay. And then when you hit a point where you dipping low, then you can pull that out as your anchor and pull that image up or whatever it is you connected that feeling to. Okay. Pull that up and see how it works as a way to stop those thoughts and those emotions from spiraling out of control. Start putting it into practice. It's the only way you're going to get it. Okay, Nikki, you said never thought about that people could be addicted to pain in that sense, but it actually people get addicted to pain. We get addicted to experiencing the same thing over and over and over again. If you find that you have an addiction to that, you got to dig deeper. That's when you probably need to go talk to somebody. If you keep repeating the same patterns that create that state of pain or that state of sadness, that state of the disappointment over and over and over and over again, okay? If you keep creating an environment or situations for yourself that lead to those types of emotions, then you definitely want to talk to somebody and figure out, when did I start creating this pattern for myself? When did this become my norm? Why do I need this? What does it do for me? Okay, so you got to go talk to somebody to break through that, because Those are things that we just can't get through that type of stuff on our own. I'm sorry, you can't. You need help. I don't care how intelligent, smart, knowledgeable, wise, tapped in, tuned in you are, you need help with those types of things, okay? So self-hypnosis works for some things, but when you are working on deeply rooted traumas or deeply rooted pains and things from the past, that you need help with that, because you're going to need some special tools, and you're going to need somebody who understands the process that you need to go through, and not going to give it to you too quickly, and not going to take you through it too quickly, because everything is not ready to be released. Some stuff you need to keep, no matter how much it hurts. Some stuff you need to keep so that you will learn the lesson that you need to learn, and then it's time for it to be released. So you've got to understand that dynamic, and then you've got to have the wisdom, or at least work with somebody who has the wisdom to take you through those processes at the right pace, okay, at the right speed. Okay, so Nikki says consistency in practice, new behaviors can be difficult for many people. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a practice. Everything is practice. You got to do this daily, y'all. You can't just start doing it one time and be like, oh, okay, that worked. And then, oh, I didn't use it again. I haven't used it in 3 weeks. But you back feeling low, sad, depressed, and you can't shake it. You can't get out of it. You can't function. And it's okay if you still feel sad, if you still feel frustrated or angry or whatever. It's okay to have that, but you also need to have this state of happiness in place so that it can help you push through whatever else you need to do. Okay. And it's an honest state. It's not fake. It's not bypassing. Remember that this is an honest state. Tessa said forgiveness of self and others does help, but is true. It takes time. Absolutely, Tessa. It does. It does. And forgiveness, listen, this is my theory on forgiveness. Forgive yourself first. Forgive yourself. Once you forgive yourself, okay, you will see how easy it is to forgive another person. But don't try to forgive that person and you haven't forgiven yourself yet. Because what's going to happen is this. You will say, oh, I forgave them. I'm good. I'm over it. I forgave them. But something else is going to happen later on down the line that's going to be push that hot button. And all of a sudden, you right back where you started. I thought I forgave them. Oh, my God, I didn't realize I still was carrying this. Did you forgive yourself? Did you release and let go for you first? Okay. So forgiveness is for you, but you must forgive yourself first. We always tell people you need to forgive that person and let them go, and you forgive that person for yourself. No, you need to forgive you first. Get through that, because that's the hardest thing to do, is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for blaming yourself if somebody was abusive to you or if somebody did something wrong to you. You need to forgive yourself for putting yourself in that situation, because a lot of times we're angry with that. Wow, my God, why would I let this person do this to me? Or why didn't I defend myself? Why didn't I push them off of me when they were forcing me down and holding me down and taking advantage of me? I could have done more. I could have been stronger. I could have been better. I could have been quicker in my thinking. You need to forgive yourself for feeling that, first of all, okay? Oh, I wasn't smart enough. Oh, I did this to myself again. I keep letting this happen to myself. That's beating yourself up. So how are you going to forgive the person that beat you? And I don't mean just beat physically, but beat you up emotionally, mentally, physically, verbally, whatever, okay? Played with you and didn't take you serious, whatever. How are you going to forgive the person that beat you when you have not forgiven yourself for even putting the blame on yourself for putting yourself in that situation in the first place, okay? Because once we love ourselves and we fill ourselves up with so much self-acceptance, I really don't like using the term, and me and Missy were talking about this the other day. I don't really like using the term self-love. I like using the term self-acceptance, okay? I just feel like self-love has been overused. That's just my personal opinion. That's my own thing. But self-acceptance is really the key. I need to accept the fact that maybe I needed to just go through that. I need to accept the fact that I just didn't know any better at the time. And I'm okay with that. And I forgive myself and I accept me as I am. So once you're able to flood yourself with self-acceptance and self-love, whatever, okay. And flood yourself with happiness, true happiness, when you're able to conjure real happiness, okay? And happiness, let me tell you where happiness can be conjured from. Happiness and joy, okay, joy can be conjured from the sacral chakra, right in your growing area. If you can, for ladies, if you can contract your muscles like this, you'll notice a little tingling sensation. This is another $3,000 lesson right here. Hello. If you can contract and create a little tingling sensation, right, you can start to feel little twinges of joy. Okay. Tessa said she likes that term better too. Self-love seems so egotistical. And then Victor says self-acceptance is so much deeper than self-love. Self-acceptance is being real with yourself about everything you are. Yep, I agree 100%. I agree. Okay, so when you can feel that little tingle, just think about it. Just think about it. I ain't trying to not trying to offend anybody. We're talking about the body, right? This is natural. This is nature. Hello, we all get tingles down there. Okay, so just think about when you are having that experience, that tingling sensation down there. Don't you feel joy? Don't you feel joyful? I know I do. So when you feel that, you can start to rise, make that sensation rise all the way up through the sacral chakra into the solar plexus, into the heart, into the throat, up into the third eye and into the crown chakra, okay? And you can vibrate that frequency, that energy of joy so, like you can intensify that almost to the point where you give yourself an orgasm, really, okay? That's joy. That's happiness. You can conjure these feelings in your body. The body is designed for you to manifest, manifest the energy that you need to operate. Okay. The body is designed for you to manipulate energy, to flow energy, to dump energy out, to clear energy, to ground yourself. This is why we have the body. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I say this in a lot of my videos. If you want to learn how your body functions for real, read the Bible. But don't read it with those religious eyes. Don't read it the way the preacher told you how to read it. Because if you used to be a Christian and you're no longer a Christian and you got some feelings about Christianity, if you try to read it through those eyes, it's not going to penetrate. You're going to miss the message, and you're going to miss out on some very magical, powerful information. But if you read the Bible and you study it, not just by yourself, there are people out here who have broken it down for you. In fact, I posted something on my Facebook group today and also in my YouTube community. There is a video. It's about an hour long. But if you watch that video, this chick, and I forget her name, but this woman is breaking it down for you. She's talking about the chakras. She's reading the Bible scriptures in Revelations 1. And then she starts talking about the chakra system and how we clear things out on a cosmic and conscious level and all of this stuff. She's not the only one that does that. There are plenty of people out here that have broken it down for you. Bill Donahue, he's from way back in the day. Okay. He breaks it down for you. Phil Valentine breaks it down for you. There's so many teachers that have broken the Bible down for you. Okay. On a metaphysical level. And I also like to say on an anatomical level, speaking of the anatomy, learn about the brain, learn about the blood, learn about your endocrine and your nervous system. Okay. Learn about those things and start comparing the scripture, and you will see that it is a code for you to interpret on how to use your body as a tool to transmute, manipulate, and move energy. You can change your life. This is how you can shift your DNA with meditation. This is how you can change your DNA with meditation. This is how you can heal your body and heal your mind through meditation. And the Bible tells you how to do that. Trust me, I'm far, far from a religious person. However, I am a seeker of knowledge and wisdom and truth, and I am able to use all things that are available to me on this planet and use it as a way to educate myself, because ain't nobody else going to do it for you. Okay, so that's just a little side note. All right, any questions? Did I go off the rails? I'm sorry, because I do that sometimes, but that's okay. Any questions before I end this video? And Reese, Anthony, because you asked, I'm going to do a little, just a little quick hypnosis, okay, on just to, get everybody relaxed and set you loose for the rest of the night so you can do whatever you got to do. I know I got a ton of work to do, but I'm happy that you guys joined in this evening. If you like these videos, go ahead and give them a thumbs up. Leave comments. If you think of something after the video is over with, you can always email me, Shara@opendoorhypnosis.com. Of course, you can leave comments on Facebook and on YouTube, okay? Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, join the group if you haven't joined already. Well, I guess if you're on here looking at it through the group, then that means you're already a member. Okay. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. But if you haven't joined, if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Check out my website, opendoorhypnosis.com. Definitely look at the Be Magic course, because I give a whole lot of information in there. That course is off the hook. So definitely take a look at that. If you're ready to invest in your elevation, if you're ready to invest and learn about how to manipulate energy and how to shift energy and how to manifest on a really fast and vast level, then you want to check out that Be Magic course, okay? I am in the process of editing the physical book of that course, okay? It is a physical book that is coming out soon. I just got to finish editing it, not editing it, but circling and all that type of stuff and telling the people exactly what I want, how I want it to look. And when I say people, I mean my friend Nikki, Nakomi Higgins, because she is hooking me up, okay? But yeah, also one more announcement before I do this hypnosis. Hi, Victor. You're so fascinating. This is the first time I was free to catch a live video of yours, and what you said in the part one, I caught exactly. Oh, thank you, Victor. I'm happy you were able to make it too. Yay. Stay around. I'm going to do a quick little guided hypnosis for you guys, okay? One more announcement. So I am officially a certified handwriting analyst. I was going to say analyst, handwriting analyst. So I am going to choose 3 people to submit a handwriting sample, just a paragraph, okay? Just a paragraph of where you see yourself in the next 6 months, okay? To submit it to me, I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know I do need to know your name if I choose yours, but I don't need to know anything about you, okay? I'm going to analyze your sample. I'm going to send you, I'm probably going to do it over like a live, and you tune in and I'll tell you what I picked up on your handwriting, okay? So this is going to be a fun little giveaway, all right? Because your handwriting tells you a whole lot, and you can also use your handwriting to shift certain behaviors, okay? All right. So that'll be something that I'm probably going to create a whole nother course for that. And that's because that's a lot. That's too much for me to try to do a video on. That's a whole nother beast right there. But I'm going to be creating another program for you guys to get in on that. Hold on. Tessa said, Reverend Joanne Coleman and another Reverend Coleman are great at metaphysical Bible interpretation. Yes. Reverend Joanne is really good at that. Yes. So thank you guys again for tuning in tonight. So let's just go ahead and assume the position. And, just get comfortable wherever you're sitting, relaxing. If you're sitting in a chair, go ahead and make sure your back is straight. Okay, your feet are flat on the floor. If you are lounging on your couch or your bed, just go ahead and prop your head up with some pillows. All right. Again, any background noise you might hear, just let it fade into the background and allow those sounds to take you in deeper. Okay, because I can't control what other people do. Not right now, anyway. Anyway. That's my little Evelyn laugh. So go ahead and start taking in a few deep cleansing breaths. And just fixate your gaze. You can look at me. You could look at something behind me. You could look at a spot on the wall, whatever you choose to, okay? But just start taking in some deep breaths in through the nose. And as you're breathing in, imagine that you're breathing in peace, breathing in joy. And on the exhale of that breath, you're just going to push out any debris, push out any tension, tightness, or stress in the body, any discomfort. And as you take in this next deep breath, go ahead and do a full body scan, starting from the very top of the head down to the bottoms of the feet. And notice if there's anywhere in the body where you might feel some tightness or some tension or discomfort. And on this next breath in, you're going to breathe in through the nose very deeply and slowly, but you're going to focus that breath right into the area where you felt that tightness, tension, stress, or discomfort. And you're going to breathe right into it. And as you breathe right into it, you're going to hold that breath and allow for that air to cleanse that area. Eyes are still open, by the way. Go ahead and continue gazing at the spot that you chose. And go ahead and release that breath and push out any tightness, tension, stress, debris. And when I say debris, I just mean any stagnant energy, okay? Any residual energies or toxins. You can cleanse the blood with the breath. And do that again. Let's breathe in deeply through the nose and breathe right into that area. Hold that breath and just see the air that you breathed in washing away, clearing out any tightness, tension, or debris. And go ahead and release that breath and push it out. And as you're pushing it out, you're noticing that it's being pushed far, 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 all the way out. You can't even see it anymore. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 5 to 0. And at 0, your eyes are going to close very tightly. And you're going to drop all the way deep, deep down into that state of hypnosis, starting now at 5. Allowing any sounds to fade into the background and take you deeper now at 4. Returning to your natural rhythm of breathing at 3. Eyelids are incredibly heavy now, so heavy that you can barely keep your eyes open at 2. 1 and 0. Deep, deep sleep. Eyes are closed. Now, if this is your first time being hypnotized, every time you hear me say the words deep sleep, with your permission and only your permission for the sole purposes of hypnosis, will you drift into the hypnotic state easily, comfortably, and deeply. And bringing your awareness to the very top of your head and just allowing any and all sounds to take you in even deeper and deeper as they fade into the background, and you bring your awareness to the very top of the head and you allow for that comforting, joyful, happy state of being to begin to float ever so gently into the crown, down into the face, over the forehead, into the head, around the ears, into the jawline. Everything is just falling even more limp and loose and relaxed as that sensation rolls down into your neck and your throat. The back of the neck is completely and totally loose and limp. The shoulders fall loose and limp. The collarbone completely and totally relaxed. And every cell in the body now is beginning to feel that state of absolute happiness. And you can even tap into that state right now by remembering a time where you felt pure, positive joy, pure, positive happiness as it begins to flow into the chest. And you can feel it circling around the heart, causing a little tingling sensation in the heart as you notice an expansion around the heart, very gentle, very loving, as it flows even more down the entire spinal column, down into the lower back. The entire back, all of the muscles are just falling loose, limp, and relaxed. The belly, muscles, loose, limp, relaxed. Taking in a nice deep breath as you breathe in, that energy pushes down into the hips, causing the hips to release and fall loose, limp and relaxed. It rolls into the thighs. All the muscles and the tendons are just loosening now as it rolls down over the knees, behind the knees, into the calves and the shins. Fully and totally relaxed, buzzing with that state of happiness and joy. As you feel the ankles release tightness, tension, and stress, flows over the tops of the feet into the toes and out of the soles. And the energy that just cleansed your body of tightness, tension, stress, and debris pushes all of that out of the soles of the feet down into the ground beneath you, into the core center of the planet, where this energy is transmuted into helpful, abundant, nurturing, healthy energy. And now that that energy has now been transmuted, it flows right back up into the feet, all the way through your entire being, all the way up to the crown and out. Reaching far, 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 far above into the very rooftop of the cosmos. You get a sense of connection and groundedness, sense of security and peace, abundance and love flowing all around, throughout, around you. And as you just revel in this moment for a little bit longer, the memory of this moment can be recorded in every cell of your body, where you're able to tap into it whenever you need it. And you're able to recall and bring it forth. And let this be the state that you are always in, the state that you always feel, regardless of what is happening in the outside world, regardless of the noise, regardless of the pain, the sadness, the circumstances. You're always able to tap right in to this state of comfort, calm, peace, and happiness, self-acceptance and awareness. And just knowing that this is always available to you whenever you need it. brings a smile across your lips. And this smile is an indication that the subconscious mind has accepted this new state of being, or this remembrance of this state of being. Being happy, being free, being relaxed, being joyful, being peaceful, being calm. It's here for you whenever you need to tap into it. It's easy to do. You just did it. So go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. And on that exhale of the breath, you're going to drift a little deeper down. And here, in this room of your subconscious, you take a look around that room and you see what peace looks like. You get a sense of what peace is like. You sense what happiness is like. You see the happiness all around the room. And a smile comes across the face because you know that it is forever locked into the subconscious mind. And you can always access it whenever you need it. And so we're going to close the door to the subconscious mind now. You're going to pull out your golden key and you're going to lock that door. And when you lock that door, you're going to lock in all of these positive suggestions from this journey this evening. And you're going to block out any negatives, any obstacles. And as you turn around to face those obstacles, you notice that they become pixelated and they start to disintegrate into the nothingness from which they came. And as they fall to the ground, looking like dust, a strong wind comes along and blows it far, far, far away. You can never see it again. And as it's blown away, a staircase with 5 steps leading up is revealed. You walk over to it and you put one foot in front of the other as you begin to step up now. At 0, 1, taking in a nice deep cleansing breath. At 2, noticing how you come back into the physical body. At 3, you can feel the surface beneath you. And at 4, you're back in your room. And at 5, your eyes are open and you're wide awake, fully alert, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes are open, wide awake. If you guys are back with me, just say I'm back. Type it in the chat box. Okay, good stuff. I hope you guys are back. Is everybody back? Let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, good. Awesome. Good stuff. Okay, great. Good. I just want to make sure I can't leave you guys hanging and dangling in hypnosis. Okay, that's not responsible of me. So again, I thank you guys so much for joining in this evening. I hope that you got some good information. Please remember to check out that video that I told you about. If you are a member of the Hypnosis is Key Facebook page, I posted it there earlier today. If you are on YouTube, and you're not a member of the Hypnosis is Key Facebook page, then you need to go ahead and click the link that's in the description box now and join. You will have to answer 3 questions and you have to be approved, and I'm the admin on it, so I'll approve you. So go ahead and join that. I also posted that video in the community section on YouTube. For you Facebook group people, okay, Missy, you're back. Good. Okay, gotcha. For the Facebook group people, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and do that, because I have a lot of videos on YouTube that are not on the Facebook group. And YouTube people, sometimes I'll do lives on my Facebook group, where I'll post certain things in the Facebook group that is not on YouTube. So go ahead and spread the love. I'm also on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. All of that stuff is in the description box below. All right. I love you. Thank you for joining in tonight. Enjoy your evening. I hope they weren't too loud. Y'all see what I'm dealing with up here, child? They knew too. They just moved in. And I am like, what is happening? That's okay. It's time for me to go. So we working on that. So I'll be in a new place soon. But I love you guys, and I hope you have a great evening. I hope you got some good stuff tonight, and I'll be back. I'm not sure when, but I'll be back. So maybe sometime this week, maybe sometime probably next week, because the holidays is coming around and I'm going to be partying. Okay. That's what I'm gonna be doing, because a girl needs a break. Bye. Love y'all.